The email read, "Your account balance is insufficient to cover the upcoming payroll." My heart seized. For 3 generations, the bakery, the Flower Child, had been our family's bedrock, and now, its savings, the very foundation of our legacy, were gone. A cold dread, far worse than any financial loss, began to creep in as I stared at the screen, a terrifying suspicion forming. Who could have done this to us? Days bled into a frantic blur of phone calls and ledger reviews. The bank's investigation was slow, unyielding. But the internal audit, the one I conducted myself, painted a clearer, more horrifying picture. Large sums, disguised as legitimate supplier payments, led a tangled path through shell companies, all funneling back to a single, familiar address. It couldn't be. Not him. I confronted Aunt Sarah, my voice trembling with a mixture of anger and despair. "Liam. He's behind this." Her face, usually so warm and kind, crumpled instantly. Tears streamed down her cheeks, not of denial, but of profound, gut-wrenching shame. The silence that followed was deafening, confirming my worst fears. My own cousin, the golden boy of the family, had stolen everything. The betrayal was a physical ache, a constant pressure in my chest. Liam, with his easy charm and impeccable suits, had always been the one we looked up to, the one we trusted to manage our finances. The family had poured their meager savings into his investment schemes, believing they were securing their future. Now, all that remained was a gaping void and the bitter taste of his deceit. I began my quiet war. No lawyers, no police yet. This was personal. I pieced together his transactions, his assets, his lavish lifestyle funded by our ruin. He was investing in a new high-end chain of bakeries, a direct competitor to the Flower Child, using our stolen capital. The irony was a punch to the gut, fueling a cold, calculated rage that surprised even myself. Liam's grand opening for A-list bakes was set for next month. He was riding high, oblivious to the storm brewing. My plan wasn't just to expose him, but to utterly dismantle his meticulously constructed empire. I started by subtly leaking information to local food blogs, whispers about the questionable origins of his sudden wealth and rapid expansion. The seeds of doubt were sown. I spent weeks cultivating relationships with his key suppliers, feigning an interest in A-list bakes. I learned their payment terms, their delivery schedules, their loyalty. With enough data, I subtly convinced a few to temporarily divert their most critical ingredient shipments, citing logistical errors or unexpected stock shortages in the lead-up to his grand opening. The grand opening day arrived. The air crackled with anticipation, both for Liam and for me. VIPs mingled, cameras flashed, but behind the scenes, chaos reigned. No flour, no sugar, no fresh fruit. Liam's face, once beaming, slowly paled as his staff whispered frantic updates. The initial buzz turned into an awkward silence, then outright confusion. As Liam stumbled through a half-hearted apology, blaming unforeseen supplier issues, a local news reporter, who I had anonymously tipped off, stepped forward with a pointed question about the rumors surrounding his previous business dealings and the sudden bankruptcy of the Flower Child. The camera lights intensified, illuminating his sudden, stark fear. His carefully crafted facade was cracking. Later that night, the full story broke online. My meticulously compiled evidence, anonymously sent to every major news outlet, detailed Liam's every fraudulent transaction. His empire crumbled faster than it had risen. The Flower Child may have been financially crippled, but its integrity remained. Liam lost everything, his business, his reputation, and the last shred of his family's trust. Justice, cold and sweet, was finally served.